Hey guys, it's me. So I'm coming with a new video today. I'm going to be making, just wanted to share a recipe of the way I do my, it's called Chicken Caldo or chicken soup. I make this when I'm sick or someone in the family is sick. I'm recording everything on my phone, guys, so once I learn how to edit and do all that kind of stuff, I can, give y'all a better breakdown. So what I have here is, and it's more for space saving, I have the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I just happen to think they taste really, really good. For vegetables, I have a lot. So here's just some of them. So we've got carrots, we've got celery, we've got, this is called chayote. Again, chayote. It's not sweet. It almost has like no flavor. It's very hearty. I would say, like, if you didn't have meat, or let's say you're a vegetarian, this is perfect because it's very dense and you'll get full quickly. I will say this is kind of, think of it like I'm trying to think, like an apple, maybe. It does, again, it's not sweet, but just think of the texture and the, like something, or a pear. I've got yellow squash. I've got bell pepper, because you've got to have your vitamin C. I've got green squash. I've got also, and I think I mentioned, got celery, carrots, the yellow squash, and I got more. All right, let's see. Okay, we've got jalapenos, and I left the seeds on, and here's why. Because you could always make a salsa and but I feel that when you're sick and you have a sore throat, it feels good to have that spiciness kind of, in a sense, scratch your throat. I've got tomatoes. I've got onions. I've got a ton of garlic here. This is probably, I mean, it's literally, it's a, God, if you could see that. Garlic is really, really good for you when it comes to just, I mean, gosh, it's like almost like a cure-all. But so I actually have a little too much vegetables, and I don't think everything would fit in this pot, so I think I'm gonna make a second pot. This is really good to freeze and really good to again, I make this. And if you look at one of my last videos, I make a homemade, like, flu, cough cure type thing. And it's 3 ingredients. Because you should have a soup alongside, So the chicken has, of course, its own medicinal, purposes and cures, I guess. But here we go. So we're going to put some... You want to do your harder style veggies first, because which would be your chayote. Oops, that one went. That one's gone. Do some celery. My sisters always would make fun of me because they say, Sky, you make food for an army. So that's just how I cook. I've never been one to cook just for like 1 or 2 people. Even though there's like 3 people in my family, I don't cook that way. I cook for, everybody. I do the carrots. I'm going to do this beautiful yellow squash. I'm going to do some bell peppers. And I would have put more bell peppers, but they only delivered 1, so. And I've got the green squash. I would also put zucchini in here, but again, I just kind of forgot. And then we've got, for sure, the jalapenos. Because, well, and then let's put some onions. Stir this around a little bit. I'm going to do some garlic. Oh, and forgot. Got to include some corn. I'll do those probably at the very end. I usually have a frozen thing of little cornets, and I'll put those at the very end. And now for flavor, I like to use, this stuff, bouillon, whatever you want to call it. Kind of makes up for not having the bone in the chicken. It could use a couple more carrots. A little bit more celery. Splattered on. And then let's see. What do I have? I forgot, gotta put some cabbage in there too. Let me just cut this in half and throw it in there. I'm just gonna put, you know, this much. And then you actually put also a can of tomato soup. Not tomato soup, tomato sauce. And this actually gives it, of course, flavor, but also gives it an extra little color to your soup. I know I saw recipes online and, you know, people really like a clear broth, but I don't care what the color is. I'm more about the flavor and, you know, the nutrient value. That's my thing. I mean, you could even add, if you wanted to, some green beans to it. I mean, you basically want to throw in, and if you want to see now what kind of, what we're looking at. See, you got, and they, you know, aside from the chayote, everything cooks pretty fast. And right now I'll put some chicken stock and put you guys down. Throw in a couple tomatoes in here. And then what I do afterwards is I get cilantro. Some people put it in the beginning when they're cooking. I like to do mine at the very end. I love the fresh taste of fresh cilantro, not cooked, because I think when you cook it, it takes away, you know, you can't taste it. So I like to cut it up and, you know, put it in the soup at the very end. And I like to throw it in some more. So I'm going to put in some more chicken. I'm going to put some chicken stock in here. I had only just some water. But you know what? There's no rules to cooking. All right. You want to go ahead and put corn in there. I might have left these in there. Okay. Let's do one more. And it's at this stage you want to taste your soup. You want to taste the flavor of your soup, because everything's been in here now for a long enough time that their flavors would have seeped through. And let's take a look. I feel like it needs some salt. Let's see. Get some salt here. And it has a good spice, you know, cooked to it. Tell you what. This is going to make you, see, look, that chicken right there. And, you know, if you want to give it that extra, you know, because when your chicken has a bone in, it does have a different taste to it. You know, the marrow, the bone, it gives it a taste. I would suggest, it was just a little too pricey for me, but you can also use chicken bone broth and add that in there just to give it that extra. Or, you know, use chicken legs, you know. I just don't have a big enough pot. My really, really big pot is gone. Let's see how this tastes now. Oh wow, that's tastes really good. I can really taste that, the jalapeno. But you basically will leave it on the pot for, let's see, about 30 to 40 minutes. And sometimes you'll have to re-add water to it. But, I mean, guys, look, just kind of look at, look at all that goodness, you know. And I guarantee when you have a bowl of this along with, you know, a glass of the, and look at one of my previous videos of my cough flu concoction, I guarantee you, man, this, you'll probably feel better. You know, if you do this in the morning, eat it in the morning, probably by that evening you'll be feeling real good. You know, of course you gotta rest. Take your doctor's advice. I'm not here to, you know, go against any doctor and stuff, but when you won't, you know, but for some people, they don't have money to go to a doctor. They may not have health insurance, or, you know, their employer may not be nice to provide it for them. This is what you got to do, you know. I mean, this is gonna provide you your vitamins and minerals and your nutrients and the energy that you need to get better. You know, you need that. So I put tons of onions and tons of garlic in here. I put, you know, a lot of other veggies that we just went over, you know, the tomatoes, and that has a lot of, I think it's lipocene or liposine or something like that. cabbage and different kind of squashes and zucchini. Well, not the green zucchini, I forgot that one, but I usually put some of that in there too. But bell pepper, jalapeno. At the very end, I like to put in the cilantro, and I drizzle it with lemon juice. And, you know, I mean, it's so, so good. Things you want to stay away from when you're sick is dairy. You want to stay away from dairy. You want to stay away from sweets like candy and things like that. I'm trying to think anything else. But yeah, you just want to stay away from sweets, and you want to stay away from dairy and just things that, you know, alcohol. Well, no, not, I mean, you do want to have alcohol, but you don't want to have beer. You want to have liquor. Like, you want to have either whiskey or tequila, because that'll kill whatever you got inside. But again, if you're on medication, check with your doctor. Eat lots of fresh veggies. You know, have over here some veggies, bananas and oranges, and we've been eating them up. But you know, have a family member that's not feeling so good, and you know, I wanted to make something so that they would feel better. And again, you know, I mean, look at all. I mean, I pretty much threw in everything but the, you know, the kitchen sink. So, but hopefully, you know, I'd like to know what your opinions are. And have you tried it this way? Do you like it this way? I'm certainly, I also make a soup with beef in there, and it's roughly about the same, but just with beef, you know. But guys, I really hope that you enjoy this recipe. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with family members, see if they'll like this recipe, and let me know. Again, comment, tell me what you think of this recipe, and how, you know, were you successful with it? Did you like it? And then remember, this isn't a science. You know, if you don't like an ingredient that I put in there, omit it. You don't like bell peppers, omit it. You don't like onions, omit it. You know, this is about making you feel good. So if there's something in here, you don't like cabbage, omit it. You know, put everything else but the cabbage. This is just kind of me throwing everything together for a soup, and it tastes absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, you know, you saw the garlic, you saw the salt, you saw the, you know, chicken stock, nor whatever it is. So you see, you can put some pepper, you can put, you could put, I guess, some oregano too, if you want to. This is just kind of how I always do it, but I've seen videos where some people will put oregano. Like I said, I just kind of put everything, every veggie that I could possibly think of, I put it in here. So, well, guys, again, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh. I think this should be on the cover of Vogue. Just kidding, guys. Again, many blessings, positive vibes. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.